The year is 1492. Christopher Columbus has just arrived in the Americas. And after that, we all know what happened. Genocide, slavery, and the discrimination against the peoples of that land. However, it was not these factors that was the cause of the downfall of the American civilization, but rather the lack of proficiency in their own mother tongue. You see, fast forward to the 21st century. I, as a Hindu, was volunteering at a temple for the festival of Thaipusam. And after helping out some people, I sat down and overheard some elders speak of something. They were coordinating about the event. Now, what language are they speaking? Tamil, my mother tongue, and their native language. However, it was not the content of what they were speaking that I was interested in. It was that they spoke with such crisp fluency, articulated each word, enunciated each individual syllable with such a flow that I was flabbergasted. Then it hit me. I didn't even know how to speak my own mother tongue with full fluency. Sure, I was able to understand my mother talk to me and say, "I'm very disappointed in you for failing a test." But the point of me communicating to another person in that language, like a relative or a friend of mine, it wasn't there. You see, language is not just sheerly about communicating to someone about a simple task or favor, but rather it runs deeper than that, on the way you perceive things on the day-to-day basis. For some background information, UNESCO states that over 40% of languages are endangered of going extinct. And since within 3 generations, a language can just vanish, and there's only 7,000 languages present today, that means that there are 7,000 ways of thinking that are being risked at being lost. Now, what do you mean, Aryaman, by perspectives, ways of thinking? Well, we can go back to an experiment conducted by linguists, where they took German speakers and Spanish speakers to describe the simple, humble bridge. Now, what about this? Well, if you didn't already know, these 2 languages are gender-oriented by their articles, like the, a, and in German, the way to say the bridge is die Brücke, while in Spanish is el puente. Now, when the linguists asked them to describe the bridge, German speakers described the bridge as being pretty and all sorts of stereotypical feminine adjectives. While on the Spanish side of things, they described the bridge as being rugged, strong, just stereotypical masculine adjectives. And this is just the tip of the iceberg on how far deep this differentiation and perspective on such a simple object can go. And with these languages having such a vast amount of vocabulary words and history in their evolution, this can give you a perspective that these languages, though are very much intact through translation in the modern day, have very different ways of thinking when the person you are talking to thinks in that way. Connecting back to my own heritage, Tamil, there is a 3,000-year-old line and piece of literature Yadum ure, yavirum gelir, which roughly translates to English as all towns are our, and all people are our kin. Now, what does this mean? Well, all towns are ours. Even if you're thousands of miles away, you are still very dear to me and are with me. While all people are our kin is figurative speech for saying, you are my brother and my dear sister. Now, after seeing this, I can tell you with confidence, I am quite knowledgeable on this topic. And now that we've went over, language expands identity through giving connections. When you speak to another person on their different way of the reality they see in the world. And in this way, you can gain knowledge only if you speak their language. In my journey, after realizing this, I decided to take things into my own hand. I had studied languages like Sanskrit, Tamil, French, and German. And going deeper, I saw the differentiation in each language. Sanskrit and Tamil, nurtured by India with its vast amount of philosophies, like Advaita Vedanta, Visheshta Vedanta, and Dvaita Vedanta, which in the umbrella term you guys would know this as, would be Hinduism. Obviously nurtured by other religions like Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. The point is that the vast amount of knowledge and way of perceiving things that these languages have translated our day-to-day life in far exceeds the sheer amount of knowledge you can gain from just speaking English. Sure, English may have vast amount of knowledge, but if you're trying to learn through another person that speaks Spanish, the best way is to just butcher the pronunciation. Yes, I know, but at least you have the effort in it. With this, I even created my own writing system. It's a top to bottom script, inspired by Mongolian. And it is an abugida, just like Sanskrit and Tamil. Like this, I've put in the effort to see how other cultures have perceived things throughout their day-to-day lives. And with this, you may be asking, I don't have free time. I'm too busy studying for my AP exam. Well, the truth is, in our day and age, it is so much easier to learn a language than ever. Just one click of a button. Open up Duolingo, for hell's sake. Perhaps talk to your relatives that speak the language, or a random person online. It's fun. Though it may be scary, it's about connecting to others, seeing how they have experienced their life, and how you can learn from their lessons in their life. And I'm here to tell you, you do not need fluency to begin with. Sure, if your parents are immigrants, you were born here, and you spoke English for your whole entire life, you may call Tamil, but not Tamil. You may say Espanol, but not Espanol. But it's okay. As long as you have the drive, the pride, and the ambition to understand and learn these cultures, that's all that matters. Start with a phrase. Ask other people, your elders. They'll be more than happy to talk to you. Trust me, I've talked to an elder person. They are hella entertaining. And make it daily. It's not that you're just gonna learn how to be having a Master of Art degree in a language. I wish that was true, Sanskrit. But if you make it daily, over time, all these experiences that you'll collect they'll build up. And you'll learn lessons that you cannot translate into words. And here, to end it off, I'm here to tell you, learning your mother tongue should not be feared. It is not backwards, but rather, not just continuity of a culture, but understanding others and building your own identity as the youth. Thank you for your time.